Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm gonna be just doing a quick video on I came across this actual news. Actually a quick small document documentary on actual on Tijuana and their fentanyl and their crystal meth addiction problem down there. And but just want to point out that they're really graphic. It's real time up to date footage. I don't know how this reporter was actually conducting this actual video or news report via with no mask. You know what I mean? And set aside the whole COVID thing, just to be around that environment. You know what I mean? You would think you'd want to actually protect yourself with some kind of actual face mask just to avoid the actual infections and germs around where he's actually walking around. And that set aside, this actual community is right next to the actual fence, right next to the border. You can actually see in some of the actual footage, the fence actually right across the canal or the way, right? And also, uh, just to give you guys an idea, the owners of these actual apartment buildings or the actual slums, the majority of them live either on this side of on the U.S. side of the border, or not close, not nowhere near close to the actual properties, and that's why they don't actually make an effort to clean it up or make an effort to clean up their actual community because they're away from there. All they're worried about is collecting the actual you know the rents, the rents on these actual rooms that they actually rent out. And it's a sad scene, especially for me because I used to frequent these actual streets at least twice a month when I used to go either take groceries to my grandma or for whatever reason I needed to go down there to visit my grandma. I would actually walk there by myself. I was maybe 12 years old. I would cross back with my student ID and also a note from my parents saying that I could be down in Mexico. And it's in Spanish, but I mean, you don't really need to like understand the actual what they're saying. You pretty much could figure it out for yourself, and then the images itself will actually speak for themselves. Just the images itself, and then they also had a few of them, if not all of them, they were eventually deported to Mexico from the U.S. For some reason, they committed a crime or they actually got caught being in the U.S. illegally, and they were all deported at some point in their life. And that's how and then they continued their addiction down in Mexico because the majority of them were actually already in some kind of addiction, and so now they actually got deported to Mexico and with nowhere to go, nobody to actually turn to, and they turned to the streets because of the deportation. This would be called the northern part of the actual country, parte norte. And with that also there comes the reality of actually that comes with another great risk of you actually coming here illegally, setting up your family, setting up your roots here, and all of a sudden you get uprooted and you have to leave your country because of you're not actually a legal U.S. citizen here. And now what? Now you have to go to a different country that maybe you've never even been to, and were brought here as a small child, or were actually smuggled in as a small child, and now you have to actually go back to Mexico without even having a clue of how the actual country works. That's a reality. And if you have your feelings over here on this side, who do you turn to down there? The streets. That's the only thing you can actually turn to. And as for the actual the heroin users, they say the majority of the heroin that they actually buy or supposedly buy, it's all chemical. There's hardly any of the actual the gum, the actual heroin gum. It's actually all chemical, which is the fentanyl. And you would think, why aren't there many deaths in actual for this fentanyl epidemic down that area? Why don't they just, overdose, right? Well, they know how much to put in. They don't want to kill their actual customers. They just want to get them enough to where they're going to need to actually go get more. That's exactly what it's working out for them. They know how to actually mix it without actually killing anybody. And they said it's the majority of it's chemical based. It's not even the actual natural gum, that heroin produces. So okay, so I'll put the link up. I'll try to put the link up, but for sure I'll put the actual title in the video and in the description too of the actual series. Okay, there's a few videos of this actual channel that actually went out there and hit the streets. It's not even a week old. Okay, guys, talk to you guys later.